In the following video, you will learn how to use library resources to incorporate them in your informative speech in Speech 205. We're currently looking at the library's website, www.hgtc.edu/library. If you scroll down on the library's website, you'll find a link that says LibGuides. LibGuides are specially designed sites built by librarians to help you find scholarly resources to incorporate in a speech or a paper. There's a Speech 205 LibGuide specifically for your class. In the drop-down menu that asks which guide do you need, scroll down and alphabetically find the Speech 205 LibGuides and select the one for your professor, Professor Chowning. Then hit the Go button. If you've never seen a LibGuide before, the way they're designed is by the different tabs that are running along the center of the page. The Home tab comes up first, and it's basically just a welcome page. The next tab is choosing a topic, and you'll probably use this tab more for the persuasive speech. And there'll be a video that you can watch that shows you how to find resources for your persuasive speech, and I'll go over this tab during that video. Regarding the Books tab, while the library is physically closed at this moment as of this recording date, May 12th, we are starting a book pickup service on May 18th. You can go to the library's website to learn more about that. So if you are interested in searching the library's catalog to see if we have any books on your specific speech topic, use this box that you see right here. If you want to limit to just one specific campus, you can do so, because as of right now, it is searching all 3 libraries. And with the book pickup service, you're more than likely going to want to go to just one specific library, so you may want to search for your speech topic using just the one campus that you're interested in going to. On the eBooks tab, you're going to find different companies that our library purchases eBooks from. And this is the first thing we're going to take an in-depth look at. Each one of these boxes represents a different company that we order eBooks through. For the informative speech, Credo Reference and Gale eBooks are probably your 2 best bets. Now, when you're thinking eBooks, you're probably thinking of reading an entire ebook, but that's not the way that these 2 collections of eBooks work. They only give you the entry about your topic out of a book. So the book might be 500 pages long, but they're only going to give you the 5 pages that your topic is mentioned on. We're going to go into Credo Reference first, and I'm going to do a search for chocolate. Let's pretend that that was the topic of your informative speech. When you do a search in Credo Reference, the first thing I'm going to point out, over here on the left-hand side, this is your results list. These are the entries about your topic out of specific books. So you're not looking at the entire book. In this example, you're not looking at the entire Food and Drink in American History book. What you're doing is you're looking at the single entry about your topic out of that book. So again, it is not overwhelming what you get. I'll scroll through and show you. If you were holding the book in your hand and you were looking at the entry on chocolate, this is exactly what it would look like. And one of the nice things with this being a speech class, if you have any need for an image in your presentation, if there were any images in the book itself, they will be included even in the ebook version. Now, 2 nice things to point out with any entries that you find through the library. They all come with a button that allows you to send it to yourself. It may say email, it may have an image of a letter, or it may say the word share. And when you click on that, you can see right here, I can email this to myself. The other thing that's very nice about library resources is there's a citation button. When you click on that, it will show you what the correct MLA citation should look like. Now, when I say correct, bear in mind that these are computer generated, so you should still double check them for accuracy, specifically capitalization. If you notice that the C in chocolate was lowercase, fix that when you get it onto your works cited list. Going back, there's one other thing that I'd like to point out that's nice in Credo. As you're doing your research for your informative speech, you may find that the topic you chose is a little too broad and you're having a little trouble narrowing down your speech to a length that you feel is going to be appropriate. You want a little bit more of a drilled down topic within the broader subject that you started with. Credo Reference does a great job of helping you out with that. Over here on the right hand side is something that they call the mind map. What they do is they put your topic at the center of a map. I search for chocolate. Chocolate's at the center of the map. All of these are related concepts to the topic of chocolate. So if you decided, you know what, chocolate gives me too many results, it's too broad, I can't do a whole speech on this. But maybe I could do an informative speech on the Hershey Company. I can click on that link within the mind map, and I now have a new map with Hershey at the center, related concepts to the Hershey Company on the outside of it, and then all of these entries on the left-hand side are entries out of other books about the new topic, in this case, the Hershey Company. So it's not only helping you narrow down your topic, it's also helping you find results that you could use as sources. The other ebook collection that I want to point out in this video is Gale eBooks, and it's another collection of books that give you entries out of specific books, just like Credo did. So if I come into the Gale eBooks collection and do a search for chocolate, again, all of my results are going to be entries about chocolate out of specific books, but I don't have to look at the whole book. I don't have to look at this entire encyclopedia of U.S. economic history. I just have to read the entry on the Hershey Foods Corporation if I were interested in that. And again, I'll click on this and show you. Any library resource that you find is going to have a cite button. It may say cite, citation, may have quotation marks, and it will also have an email button that, again, it could say email, could look like a letter, could look like an envelope. In this case, it looks like a paper airplane that says send to, and then there's your email feature. While I'm not going to go into them in this particular video, the EBSCO ebook collection and eBook Central, these are full-text ebook collections. Sticking with my same topic of chocolate, these would give me entire books about chocolate, a 200, 300, 400-page book about the specific topic. Now, you don't have to be overwhelmed by that because you can always go in and just read one chapter out of the book and gather information from that for your speech. Last but not least, on the eBooks tab, you've got the Statistical Abstract of the United States. This is an ebook that we subscribed to that gives you nothing but entries about statistics on a specific subject as compiled by the U.S. government. So if you wanted to find statistics about chocolate in here, you could do a search, and each one of the results that you get back will be a table that has statistics about your chosen topic. And one of the nice things about the Statistical Abstract of the U.S. is that it also comes with an email feature and a citation button. The next tab is the Databases tab. And if you're not familiar with databases, databases contain entries that were once published in things like newspapers, magazines, journals, and a few other scholarly sources. So just like everything that you're seeing in the video today, if you use scholarly sources, that makes your speech sound that much better because you're accessing resources that are high quality and you sound better when you're quoting them in a speech. On the right-hand side of the Databases tab, you'll find the General Databases. I think these are going to be the best ones for your informative speech because our general databases cover a wide variety of subjects. And that's probably the way it's going to work out in this class, in that most students are going to pick different types of topics covering different subject areas in the informative speech. You'll notice that 4 of them are labeled as best bets. I would recommend taking a look at any one of these 4 for your particular informative speeches. I'll go in and show you one of them now. I'll show you Academic Search Premier. One of the nice things about the library's databases is that they have predictive searching, which is something you're probably familiar with in Google. So if you were doing a speech on sleep apnea, and you wanted to inform your listener about what it is, as you start to type in your topic, you'll notice they give me suggested searches. And you could click on any one of these and it would automatically do the search for you. And this is also another way of kind of narrowing down your topic. So if you said, hey, sleep apnea is a little bit broad, why don't I do my informative speech on sleep apnea in children? I could click on this link and search, and I've got 300 different articles that I could go in and look at that talk about the topic of sleep apnea in children. Now bear in mind, with articles, you're running the gamut of articles aimed at the everyday reader, that might be a newspaper article, to journal articles that might be written for an expert already in the field who's studying sleep apnea. So as you're reading through, decide if the article that you find is one that you think would be helpful to you in your research and is on a level that works for you. Like here's one that talks about adolescent sleep habits, internet use, and changing sleep-wake schedule. That sounds fairly easy to be understood. That might be one that we wanted to go in and look at. Here's another one. 5 signs a restricted airway might be affecting your child's health. Sounds like an easy to understand article. And just like with the library's ebook collections, if you find anything through the library's databases, they do come with an email feature and a cite feature. One last database that I'm going to show you is Academic OneFile. I wanted to show you one other way that you can conduct research when you're using library resources. You notice I just showed the predictive searching feature. What if you wanted to search using several different search terms? Here's what you could do. Let's say your speech was on the effect that caffeine has on blood pressure. If you were to type in the effect that caffeine has on blood pressure, that's not a very good search with library resources because they like it to be searched using keywords. So you have to identify the keywords in your topic. So I might say that caffeine is one of my search terms, and maybe effect is a good one to add. Here's how you build a library search using multiple search terms. What you do is you put the word "and" between your search terms. "And" does not have to be capitalized, but I like to capitalize it so that you can see very clearly I've put in 2 different search topics, caffeine and effect. What's going to happen is every result that comes back will include both of those search terms. Now, this is still a pretty big search. You'll notice I'm finding tens of thousands of results in all of these different categories that it's searching. So maybe I want to add in blood pressure. And here's another search tip for you. Phrases that are more than one term, type them in with quotation marks around them. What that does is it locks in those words so that it keeps blood immediately followed by pressure and doesn't separate them when it conducts the search. So now every result that comes back is going to include all of those search terms. And while I've still got a lot of results back, this is a far more manageable list to take a look at than the last one that we found. The last thing that I'm going to show you in the video today is the Multimedia tab. This is where you'll find Films on Demand and Canopy. These are the library's 2 streaming video services. If you learn better by watching something as opposed to reading, these are going to be ones that you'll want to take a look at. I'm going to go in and show you Films on Demand. You could use either one, but I think for the purposes of this particular assignment that Films on Demand could be a really good one to take a look at. Let's say your informative speech topic was on asthma. Maybe you had asthma and you just wanted to inform your audience of what it is. If I do a search for asthma, you can see that I've got 700 plus results dealing with the topic of asthma. And these are all academic videos that you could cite in a speech. Now, one thing that I'll point out about Films on Demand is every video is broken into segments. So some of these are just single segments. This one's a 3-minute segment out of this much larger video, Asthma in Children. This is just about treatment for asthma. So just understand that as you're looking through the list, some of your results will say segment, and those will be shorter videos. But then as you're going through, you will also see some that say full video, and the full videos are much longer. That means you're accessing the entire video as you're going through. But we'll just randomly pick one of the ones that you see here. So let's say you like this one. When you click on it, the videos appear on the left-hand side, and you can hit play and start watching the video. You can also click on Cite, and then you can get your suggested MLA citation for the source. You may remember that I mentioned all the videos are broken into segments. So all of the different segments in this much larger video are listed over here on the right-hand side, and you can go into each one of those. The other nice thing is that all videos come with transcripts. So if there's a direct quotation you want to take out of the video, you don't have to retype it. You can get it over here on the right-hand side in the transcript feature. Last but not least on your LibGuide, I do want to point out the Get Help tab. This is where you can find the different methods of contacting the library for assistance. So if you need help, maybe you want to reach out to us via email or send us a text, chat live with the library. Whatever works best for you, we'll be happy to help you out. Thanks a lot for watching, and good luck with your speeches.